Alright, get ready to start the morning stream here. Just gonna share it to a couple of groups, maybe. Alright, shared it. See if the chat will catch up. Looks like somebody left a couple comments. John, morning. Thanks for coming to join me on my sketching here. Alright, so today I'm going to do Venom for my warm-up sketch. Stay on here for maybe like the next half hour. Do a little of this for a quick warm-up. And then back to some project stuff for the day. Alright, so I'm roughing out some basic shapes to get Venom in here. Had a couple of folks request Venom, so figured I'd do that one this morning. I noticed a couple of folks watched yesterday that left some comments that unfortunately did not filter through to this chat thing. So if anybody leaves a comment and you don't get a response out of me, go ahead and post it again. So I went back through because I got a couple of comments after the fact yesterday, and then saw that there was a couple of folks that commented during the stream, and they never made their way through. So trying my best to respond to everybody, so see if I can't figure out, you know, if maybe something's connected wrong or whatnot. Maybe it's just not filtering through. I don't know what the case is. But anybody that might have joined in, same deal as what I've been trying to do is do these each day, hopefully around the same time, about 10 a.m. I was a little bit late signing on here this morning, but kind of the game plan. Do a quick little sketch, and then these will later be finished up, sold, something. comics. I got some basic scribbling in here. Just gonna kind of lighten up some of this on with the kneaded eraser there. I'm more of the fan of the old school smooth skin Venom, like McFarlane and Bagley. Even kind of what Ryan Stegman's doing with the Venom stuff. The general stuff's okay, just it's not the Venom I'm used to and whatnot. Like, I grew up with mostly the Bagley run of Venom and Amazing Spider-Man and whatnot, so that's just my preference on it. Danny, what's going on? Thanks for joining in. I didn't actually read the Agent Venom stuff. I know a lot of people really dug it and were into it. Seemed like a cool idea. Just never picked that one up, actually. Yeah, I know it's not he's not everybody's thing. I think for me it was just time I started reading, I immediately got hooked on. I was a huge Spider-Man nut, and I started reading Spider-Man basically with the Maximum Carnage storyline. So characters always stuck with me. You know, this was the stuff I was, sitting in school, drawing in notebooks and stuff, was Spider-Man, Venom, Carnage, because that was the hit thing that was coming out at the time. Aaron, thank you. Sorry if I butchered your name there. I see there. There you go. Danny's a Venom fan. Anthony, thank you. And for everybody just might be following along now, anybody may have missed me talking about this so far, is I'm going to try to do some morning warm-up sketches like this every day. Part of my quarantine con experience here. So feel free to jump in. I am making a list of some characters that I'm gonna attempt to draw. The game plan is to start some of these sketches during the morning for a warm-up, finish them off later on, maybe stream some of them as I finish them up, and then put them up for sale. So if you didn't get on my commission list, or if you want to jump in and pick up a piece of art, these eventually will be made available. they'll get work done in between projects and commissions. I've got a project deadline to wrap up Friday, and then another one at the end of the month. So in between doing stuff for those and the commissions I've got on my list, I'll work on these guys a little bit here and there. I was supposed to have a gallery show in May at a local brewery, and I'm assuming that's not going to end up happening. So this is a little way to make up for that too, as well as making up for like lack of conventions for the next few months. Jonathan, thank you. Thanks for joining in. Hope everything's going well. Danny would love a Venomized Jessica Rabbit. Actually, so would I. Okay, yeah. So, I'll throw that on the list. See what happens. I'm assuming that's coming out of some of the stuff Ryan Kincaid was doing, which he's doing a ton of the Jessica Rabbits because they were going very quickly for him. They were very popular. I actually sent him a couple of books the other day because I had a couple of the Disney books he was looking for. Silver Surfer, Galactus. All right, throw those guys on the list. So I'm gonna go through and like kind of randomly pick stuff. Obviously, since these are gonna eventually be made for sale, I'm gonna try to stick with stuff that'll be able to be sold at some point. So some of the really off the wall random ones, they aren't gonna get really high up on the priority list, unfortunately. But I'll see what I can do as I work on stuff. Sean, what's going on? Thanks for joining in. And I know I brought it up yesterday, but okay, cool. Melissa, Jacob, and Dexter are watching again. Thanks, guys. Well, they were a couple that they threw out Venom yesterday. Jacob and Dexter suggested Venom, as well as a couple other folks. He actually went on the list like 3 times yesterday. Got any commission prices for a blank variant cover? Yes. So, Jonathan, since you're asking, so here's the deal. I have like 30 commissions on my list. As long as you don't mind a wait, I mean, we're talking right now, some of these commissions that made towards the end of my list are going to be summer. Might start stretching into fall depending on projects. So as long as you don't mind a wait, I just ask for a deposit to hold your spot on my list. And then when the commission's done, you pay the balance and I ship it out to you. If you're interested in getting a commission, single characters start out at 75 and ink. Color starts out at 100. US shipping is usually about $10. I throw them in Gemini mailers and ship them out. I've got a ton of blanks to choose from. We ended the birthday sale that we did, but if you go to my Facebook page, there are pictures posted of a lot of the blanks that we have. There are a couple that I only had individual ones, and some of those are gone, but you can go through and look at the blanks, and or if you've got something specific in mind, just let me know and I can tell you whether or not I've got it. But I'm throwing my page in the comments. Hopefully that'll show up. So Jonathan, my chat just reset, so I apologize. Okay, so I just got your comment there. So yeah, Jonathan, message me if you'd like to get on the list. And I appreciate that. And anybody else that might be interested, just shoot me a message. You can either do it on my personal page or the Sean Forney illustration page, which I'm going to attempt to put that in the comments again here, because I don't know what happened with the chat thing. But I keep my list ongoing, so, you know, as it gets added to, you know, the wait time just gets extended. I've had a couple of folks that are like, oh, well, I'll wait till you're not busy. My game plan is to keep the list going at all times whenever possible, so, you know, I usually try to, keep the list going, keep it up to date and whatnot, and go through it as I get time, so it doesn't usually end up to where it's like, you know, empty or anything most often. So just try to give everybody that little disclaimer. And yeah, Danny got a commission, and let's see, I got my list over here. I'm trying to remember what it was. Danny got a Venomized Harley. So yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be coming up here in the next few months. You guys see me work on some of the commissions on the live stream too. I'll be doing those as soon as I get some of the project stuff wrapped up this week. I'll be back into chugging along on the commissions. I've got, like I said, there's like about 30 commissions on the list. So there we go. And John's got the that was the Captain America, right? Yeah. So yeah. So you guys will see those coming out soon. John, actually, you're coming up pretty quick on the list here. I've got a few to finish up. Hopefully I'll have done next week. That's my goal. And then I'll start plugging away at those. I got a few sketch cards. And then yeah, I think after the sketch cards and a couple of sketch covers that are started, I think that's when the Captain America pops up, if I'm looking at this right. And I posted the Facebook page there in the comments in the chat thing. If anybody hasn't seen it yet, anybody that might be new to watching, didn't hear my spiel on it yesterday or see the post on the page already, taking some votes on either doing a Hardly Thin or a Do You Poo variant cover for the quarantine con that we're doing, which is basically me sitting here and doodling and you know, this kind of stuff, and doing the live sales that we've done a couple of. So I just got a thing. You just leave your comment of which you'd rather see. I'm just trying to gauge interest on which route I should go. Right now, Hardly's in the lead, so if it's something that you would be interested in picking up, I would greatly appreciate some extra input there over on the page. Let's see. Alright, so I got quite a bit of stuff roughed in here. So I rough everything out with, I think I'm using the 4H lead. So it's relatively hard. Makes somewhat light pencil marks. Then I go back in with an H, and that's when I go through and clean up the pencils. If I'm gonna ink myself, which these obviously I'm gonna do, I usually pencil a little bit looser than if I know somebody else is gonna ink my work, which I don't really have a whole lot of people that I let ink stuff often, so it's mostly me penciling and inking my own stuff. So I go back in here, start to clean things up, basically darken up some of my lines, add some details. Alright, so work on this for just a few more minutes, and then probably gonna call it for today so I can get back to some other stuff. But if anybody's got any questions while I'm finishing up some pencils here, feel free to throw in the comments. Anybody's got any other suggestions for characters or whatnot, feel free to throw those in there. Sean, I got the Dazzler. I saw you post that one earlier, so I do have that one on the list. So that one's a good possibility. I know I've got a few folks that are Dazzler fans that would be interested in a piece if I do that. So that'll more than likely make it to one of these sessions. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, I'm glad that folks are commenting and stuff. So no worries. I think I mentioned it earlier, but I had an issue where some of the comments never showed up because I'm using basically a third party to display the comments and whatnot, and some of them got left out yesterday. So if anybody asked a question or said anything and I didn't respond to it, I apologize. And if you don't hear a response from me, throw it in there again and make sure I see it. Definitely not trying to ignore anybody, unless maybe somebody was being rude, but that hasn't happened. So yeah, I'm trying not to miss anything here. What about the Kitchen Girls? I have no idea what that is. And that's a new one. Is I guess I need some background on that one, or I have to look that one up. It's on Netflix and DC comic book. I'll look into that one. I'm not familiar with it. Again, I'm gonna try to. First picks are gonna be the ones that gonna be the ones that I know that'll be easier to sell. I guess is Snug Nug. I still have not got a chance to watch the Venom movie. I need to find it. I gotta see if it's on any streaming service or something. Thanks for coming by to watch. Yeah, from what I've seen so far, it looks like Venom's gonna come out sometime in 2021. They pushed the date, so hopefully it all works out. I saw something that's like they're gonna kind of reverse the order they initially had planned between Venom 2 and Morbius. All right. Hopefully it doesn't get pushed back that far, but I totally understand if they do it. Guys, I'm gonna wrap this up here in just a couple minutes. I've got Venom mostly penciled. That's a bummer they aren't filming yet. If anybody else has any questions or whatnot, feel free to throw them in there. I will hopefully be back same time tomorrow. Hopefully starting around 10. Snug Nug, yeah. Wasn't huge on Eric Larson. I do like some of his stuff. It's more McFarlane and more like later on, because I started reading once Bagley had taken over. That was more my era of Spider-Man and Venom and stuff. So I'm gonna finish up this Venom later on. Hopefully I'll stream some more. But again, anybody that's just joined in, I'm gonna try to do this each morning around 10, maybe a little bit earlier. I'll try to throw out a post ahead of time if I get the opportunity. John, thanks. You be safe too. Stay healthy, and thank you guys for joining in, watching. Again, I'll try to keep doing this each morning. Do a quick little sketch. And then as I said earlier, these things will get finished up, be made available for sale later on. Probably do the live sale again. But make sure you've liked and followed the various pages and whatnot, because I'm going on. Let's see, it's Twitter, Periscope, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. So all those are up and running. So make sure you've liked them, followed them, what have you. And I'll post some more of these as I get a chance to work on them. And then I'll get back to sharing some commissions after I get some stuff wrapped up. Thank you again, guys, for joining in. Appreciate all the suggestions. I'll keep working through these. But yeah, hopefully I will catch you guys tomorrow morning then. Thank you so much.